Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with OMMY. I'm a sports fan who always said, if I never played a sport professionally, then I want to talk about it. I'm born and raised in New York City. Played organized basketball for several well-known teams in the mid-'70s and the early '80s, such as the legendary Home Cold Rucker Tournament, Melbank, Stone Gym and Riverside Church, LaGuardia House, and my all-time favorite, Each One Teach One. Having sports in my life at an early age always kept me out of trouble. If I wasn't playing basketball, I was either playing football or baseball. Hey sports fans, this is Straight from the Basement with OMMY, where my opinions, views, and facts will cover the hottest, the latest, and the past sports events. Welcome once again. I want to continue to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed to my podcast. And if this is the first time you're viewing it, please do the same. As always, before I even get into today's topic, I just got one hot topic to talk about real quick. I'm talking about the Super Bowl halftime show with Usher. It was on fire. Listen, I enjoyed that Super Bowl halftime show. Oh, man, Alicia Keys, my girl, came out. Oh, man, on the piano, she was doing her thing. Yes, we had Ludacris, he came out. Little John came out. Will I Am came out. Yes, my girl, her, came out. Listen, I'm putting this halftime show out of the Super Bowls. All the Super Bowls that I witnessed that had halftime shows like this is going in my top 10. I was trying to put it in the top 5, but I said, nah, I can't. There's no way it's going in the top 5. You got MJ, God bless his soul. You got Prince, God bless his soul. Janet, Beyonce. I said, nah, top 10. I put it in the top 10, and I'm going to leave it alone. Oh, yeah, that was a halftime show. I enjoyed that. Oh, man, did I enjoy that. So I want to move on. But before I move on, it was the quick change-up that really got me with Usher when he just changed up, threw on the blue and black outfit, whatever that was. I mean, it was like quick. Was it quick? I said, damn, Usher, you moving fast, my man. Maybe it was Usher or was it Jack Daniels? I don't know which one it was, but he had it going on. Between the slow and the fast music, my man, he was just, oh, man, it was, I enjoyed the show. That's all I got to say. I enjoyed the show. So I want to move on to today's topic. You already know what today's topic is. Yes, I got to talk about those 49ers. Yes, today's topic is the 49ers hangover. I'm calling it the 49ers hangover because I've been talking to family. I've been talking to some friends. I've been talking to some diehard 49er fans. Yes, 49ers, of course, they represented more than the Kansas City Chiefs because, listen, San Francisco, Vegas ain't too far, so it looked like it was a home game for the 49ers. I mean, when the Kansas City Chiefs came on out, they damn near was getting booed. I says, damn, ain't enough Kansas City Chiefs out there in Vegas. But the 49ers, they held their own. The 49er fans, they were there. They were there. And before I even get into that, I got to get into 7 quick comments from family, friends, and diehard 49er fans. They hurting right now. Listen. You would have thought I was you would have thought I was a 49er fan the way I was acting up in here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a Giant man, but I was rooting, like I said, was rooting for the 49ers to win it. And I'll get into that in a second. So, I must read a few of the comments that these 49er fans and the ones who was rooting for them. But before I even get into that, this Super Bowl 58 had just about everything that you wanted in a Super Bowl. Just about everything. I mean, I'm going to just spit it out. You had the rushing touchdown. Yeah, you had a rushing touchdown. You had a passing touchdown, right? You had fumbles. Oh, yeah, we had fumbles. And we had fumbles early in the game. Both sides. Then you had the lockdown defense from both teams. I mean, I thought the defense for both teams was just spectacular. My God, right? Then you had several 3-and-outs. Several 3-and-outs from both teams. I mean, this shit was balanced. Then you had several dumb penalties. You know that was coming, right? Frustrations. You know that was coming, right? Then you had the coaches' chess match. The coaches' chess match. You could just see the adjustments as they were happening. I mean, for all you football heads, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Then you had several blitzes on both ends of the field. You know what I'm saying? From Kansas City to the 49ers. 49ers, they blitz too much, but they blitz. KC blitz more. You know, that's Spag. You know what he gonna do. That's Spagnola. That's what he does, right? You had the quarterbacks. Both of them were scrambling. Mahomes did a little bit more than that. Then you had the block extra point. The block extra point, which I'm going to get into later on. Then you had two things that this Super Bowl did not have. It was two things that this Super Bowl did not have. We didn't have a kickoff return, and we didn't have a punt return for a touchdown. So it was no kickoff or no punt return for touchdowns. That's the only thing this Super Bowl did not have. See, listen, I'm like I said, I'm a football head. I'm looking at all this. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only two things it didn't have. But I must read some comments from friends and family and some real diehard fans of the 49ers. I'm not a diehard fan of the 49ers, but you know what I'm saying. You know, I was rooting for them. I got a Celeste. My girl Celeste, she says, the 49ers got tired. Okay? Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? He went into overtime. She said they got tired. They should have let the Chiefs get the ball first with that coin toss. I know what you're talking about, Celeste. You're talking about that overtime coin toss, which the 49ers got the coin choice first, so they could have kept it or gave it to Kansas City. They selected to keep it, right? She said if they would have gave it to the Kansas City Chiefs, that offense for the 49ers would have got a little bit more rest and been really ready to go for that overtime. And she may have a point there. She definitely may have a point there, because you knew if the 49ers gave the ball first to the Kansas City Chiefs. Defense, 9 to 10. If anything, 49ers probably would have gave up a field goal, not a touchdown. I truly believe that, right? Then the game is in their control once they got the ball. You know, either tie it or go for the jugular, right? So I got what she's saying. I got what Celeste is saying. Then I got a Mark Bailey. Mark Bailey says, Jake Moody, low kick, getting blocked, and not getting the extra point really hurt them. You're right about that, because there was no reason in hell why he kicks a low ball. So, I mean, you know, I mean, come on, it's the Super Bowl. You practice this, your timing. It's no way. Why? This ball was so low. It was low. I mean, it's like you choked. My God, so I got what Mark is saying. That would have gave him 4 points, right? Field goal out the question now. You put the pressure, real pressure now on Mahomes and them to score a touchdown. Then I got my cousin Gregory. Yeah, my cousin. He says, They should have given Kansas City the ball first in the overtime. He's saying the same thing. Then stopped them from scoring. Total control after that. Listen, that coin toss was very crucial for the 49ers, okay? And very crucial to the point whereas when you allow them to get the ball, them meaning the Kansas City Chiefs, and you didn't really do nothing with it when you got the ball first, you just set yourself up for failure. Because Andy Reid now, listen, he's like a genius when it comes to coaching football. You know what I'm saying? He already knew once they didn't do nothing with the ball, 49ers, he already knew what to call. He already knew what to call before the Chiefs the offense even took the field. So he already knew. He already knew. And you saw it. You saw the adjustments right away. Right away. Then I got a Selena. Selena says the 49ers made some critical mistakes and failed to take advantage of numerous opportunities to take control of the game. You are so right, Selena. Plus, they left Mahomes with too many openings for him to make big plays. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that later. I mean, you spot on. I mean, that's the adjustments that I'm talking about that Andy Reid made once the 49ers did not score in overtime. Yeah. You already know what it was. Now, Big Nephew, he says, Kyle Shanahan not running the ball more in the second half was a no-no. And then he says, not double-teaming Chris Jones. I mean, everybody thought Chris Jones was going to get double-teamed. I mean, that's what you do. You don't leave this man one-on-one. He was a beast in the Super Bowl. He was a beast. You got to double-team him. Then you had the costly turnovers. Yeah, I mean, come on. The turnovers was costly. Then, you know, the kick off and then the hitting homeboy in the leg. He don't know. And then the homeboy who was supposed to catch the kick return, he can't handle the damn thing. Another fumble, another turnover. Come on, you just like this gave the game away, 49ers. Then the block extra point was huge. We already talked about that, right? And then on defense, there was no spy on Mahomes in that overtime, and he was just running. Mahomes said, listen, if I can't get my main man the ball the way I want to give him the ball, right? I'm just going to just, Pacheco, you did what you did. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking over. I'm passing and I'm running. And that was Mahomes and Andy Reid's decision. Trust me, when that coin toss, that was the decision. Yo, I need you to run now. I need you to run every chance you get. They don't have a spy on you. And that's what took place. Then Big Neff says, not jumping Travis Kelce off his route more in the second half. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that later. I mean, I'm going to talk about that later. Then I got Big Trevor. Big Trevor says the 49ers had the better team as a whole. We know that, right? So, of course, the mistakes weren't physical. Wasn't physical at all. Brock Purdy was good, but Shanahan didn't use McCaffrey enough in regulation time. And he's right. He started running away. I'm going to get into that in a second. You were so right, Big Trev. Then, not understanding the playoff overtime rules did them in. He just said it did them in. I mean, you up 10 points in the football game, in the Super Bowl game. I mean, 10 points is huge in a Super Bowl game. But it's not in basketball. I hear you, Big Trev. You are absolutely right. Then I got my main man, Rel. Yeah, the footage and editor for this show. He's weighing in. He says, going away from the offensive scheme, That was working for them in the third quarter. Yeah. Then they started off the game hot and was rolling. But in the third quarter, Rel says in the third quarter, they got away from the running game. Yeah, man, they got away from the running game. I'm going to get into that. Yeah, and then also Kyle Shanahan, the coach for the 49ers, he came out in the third quarter and was calling multiple pass plays that resulted in 3 and outs. Yeah, they were 3 and out in crucial times of the game. I'm like, they was like just telling the Chiefs, yo, we want y'all to win. Do something with it. I mean, y'all was just giving the game away. That was the time to give the ball to McCaffrey. This is what Rel is saying. Hell with all those passing. Give the ball to McCaffrey. Let him do what he's been doing. Then you needed more sweeps and reverses. You know what I'm saying? With Debo. I mean, Rel, you hit it off the nail. I mean, come on. Where was Kittle? My God. You didn't even factor him in the offense. You know what I'm saying? Debo, he had a little shine here and there, but you didn't use Debo. You didn't use Debo a lot at all. Yeah. So I want to thank all 7 of y'all for your comments. Thank y'all so much for submitting your comments. Listen, I'm talking right now. I got to give you my comments. You know what I'm saying? And just bear with me. Listen, I've been saying it. So I said it in the last show. And you cannot let Travis Kelce come off the scrimmage line untouched. So I was hoping and I was praying. And I got my wish. The first 3.5 quarters of the game, I got my wish. Yes, Greenlaw, the linebacker for the 49ers, got hurt. Yes, that was his assignment. Stick and stay at the scrimmage line. That's why Kelce was so frustrated yelling at the coach. I mean, he wasn't really yelling at him, but he was yelling at him. And then I know he didn't mean to push him because Big Andy Reid could have fell, and he could have fell and really did damage to his head. You know what I'm saying? Because Andy up in age. But, I know Travis didn't mean to do that. That push wasn't even supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? But he was frustrated, and rightfully so, because the defense that I was praying for, stick and stay, bump him, harassed them that first 5 yards. So they were doing that. The quarter 1, quarter 2. Listen, halftime, Travis only had 1 yard. Superstar Travis Kelce only had 1 yard going into halftime. So I said to myself, you keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, defensive coordinator for the 49ers. So, third quarter came. Greenlaw got hurt, right? He puts the other line back on him. He's doing a great job. Yes, Kelce caught a few. He caught a few in the third. No real biggie. He caught a few. But then the fourth quarter came. And you saw what took place. And then the overtime. It was like they abandoned keeping Kelce in check. They abandoned that because the defensive coordinator, he's so worried about Mahomes running now. Mahomes is running now. He's running. He got all these big gaps, all these openings, like Selena said earlier. All these openings, he's running. Like my nephew said, you don't put a spy on him? Callahan, defensive coordinator, you don't put a spy? You stopping Pacheco, so you know Mahomes going to run. That's his MO. He's going to run. It's the Super Bowl. He's going to do. He's a veteran. He's a damn near GOAT. He's going to run. You should know that. You should have had a spy ready for him to run, not have the linebacker that was sticking and staying with Travis Kelce be so concerned about him running, now he don't know what to do. Because that is the reason why Travis got the big play down in the overtime. The big play, that big first down play and more that put them in the red zone, that made them, in the game with the touchdown. I mean, you were supposed to not have that linebacker be concerned about Mahomes running. It should have been somebody else. Should have been somebody else's job. Somebody else, one player, spy. Make sure he don't get off. Make sure he don't run. Make sure he don't break scrimmage. Make sure he don't go nowhere. But it shouldn't have been the linebacker that was sticking and staying with Kelce. That is what I'm saying, and I was been preaching that. I've been preaching that for the last 3-4 years since they've been running this Super Bowl dynasty that just took place. You cannot let Travis Kelce, for all 4 quarters, I don't care, all 4 quarters, you got to stick and stay on him, harass him, make him feel uncomfortable. And they didn't do that. They abandoned the ship when it came to that. Abandoned the ship. Another thing that none of my friends and family mentioned. Brock Purdy is 6 feet tall, exactly 6 feet tall, right? 6 feet tall, right? I mean, for an NFL quarterback, that's a little bit short for an NFL quarterback, all right? And what I'm saying is this. They had him under the center too much during the crucial times of the game instead of having him in the shotgun so he can oversee. So a lot of his passes, some of his passes was getting blocked, and if you see, he couldn't really see his receivers the way he needed to see them. He was fighting because the arms of the defensive line was up, so you could see him trying to squeak it through. He wasn't getting clear. That's why it was 3 and outs. He wasn't seeing clear. That's why it was 3 and outs during the crucial times of the game. Should have had him in shotgun so he could see. So he ain't had to step into nothing. Because when you behind the center and you say hike as a quarterback, you're probably taking no more than 2 steps. But you got 6'7" guys, 6'6" guys with their arms up, coming at you, waving, trying to block your pass. And so I thought that was crucial in the game. During the late fourth and overtime, they had him not in shotgun. They had him under the center most of the time, and that was crucial. So those are my 2 crucial comments that I needed to mention, because Travis coming off that scrimmage line untouched in the overtime was never supposed to happen. And Brock Purdy under the center too much was never supposed to happen. He was supposed to be in shotgun. He's 6 feet tall. Yes, 6 feet tall, right? I'm 6'1", right? Okay. But 6'1", 6 feet tall ain't saying nothing when you under the center and you trying to throw over a 6'6" dude. Okay? So you understand what I'm trying to say here? So I thought that should have been changed. That's what I'm trying to say here, right? 49ers, they played a good game, but they ain't play a smart game throughout. That's all I want to say. That is my comments. Listen, the Super Bowl 58 will definitely go in as one of the best of all times. And I truly believe that. That game, that Super Bowl 58 was something. I mean, listen, it was something. I enjoyed it, right? Saw many Super Bowls. But this Super Bowl, it had it just about everything. Like I said, the only two things it didn't have was a kick and a punt return for a touchdown. That's all it didn't have. It had everything else. It had everything else. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me in my basement. Listen, thank y'all for hanging out with me in my basement. Yes, it is no more football until September. So we got to detox, people. NFL heads, we got to detox. To my viewers and listeners, please continue to check me out on YouTube and subscribe. Check me out on my streaming platforms, Apple and Spotify. Yes, I am also on TikTok live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Listen, check me out. I'm only talking about hot topics and they on fire. Trust me on that. Also, please remember to check out the Even Flow Coffee Company, created to combine the interests of coffee lovers, fashion, and music. For more information or to make a purchase, visit evenflowcoffee.com. As I always say, sports is what keeps this world from going insane, either in a pandemic or no pandemic. Until next time, take care.